Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another 2K rebuild, where today we're going to be rebuilding the Boston Celtics because I'm recording this right after my Bill Russell Challenge live stream with the Sixers. That was very, very long and very tiring, but I did actually manage to complete the challenge. So if you guys are interested in that, I know it's like 3 hours long, but go check it out. You can kind of skip through, sort of see what happens, but I did actually end up completing the challenge, so little plug for that. Anyway, if you guys do enjoy this video, I would really appreciate a like. You guys have definitely been a lot more supportive lately. I think just, me being consistent, I've definitely brought some new people in, so I appreciate all of you. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into this roster. So the Celtics, I'm thinking this should be an easier one, which I'm really hoping for after the Bill Russell Challenge, man. That took a lot out of me, not gonna lie. But so we got Kemba, who I probably will look to trade, to be honest. Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, Gordon Hayward's gonna get traded. Jason Tatum, we're gonna slide back over to small forward. And then we got Daniel Tice, Enes Kanter, Robert Williams, and such. So definitely gonna look to make some trades. Maybe including Kemba, but we'll see what we can get for him. Wait a minute, we can get Kristaps? Yeah. We'll do that. We'll take Kristaps for Kemba. All right, with this trade, we're going to pick up Devontae Graham and Cody Zeller for Enes Kanter, Dwight Powell, and a 2023 first. And it's going to take care of the starting point guard issue and the backup big issue. So actually, we don't have a center at the moment, but Kristaps is going to play the 4. I'm definitely going to look for a center. All right, we're going to try to get this trade to go through with the Hawks. Just try to bring in over-reliable and an excessive amount at small forwards. So, I mean, you want to give me Cam Reddish? Because I wouldn't mind that. But we'll try Trevion Graham just because he's got less value. And I'll give you Vincent Poirier. Nope. Still. Okay. So you want to give me Cam Reddish and see what that's going to come out. Marcus Smart, and we'll get Dwayne Dedmon. I would prefer not to give up Marcus Smart, but I would rather have a starting 5 than a backup 2. So that'll work out. So our big men are Porzingis, Capella, and Zeller. And we've got Tatum and Reddish, who will be in the G League. Jaylen Brown and Devontae Graham. So we still got some work to do, try to fill out the backups for the rotation. Okay, so I'm going to take this trade right here from the Clippers, Brad Wanamaker and Dwayne Dedmon for Patrick Beverly and Rodney Magruder. So our next trade, we're going to send Romeo Langford and Taco Fall to the Pistons for Luke Kennard and Lewis King. I would rather have kept Romeo Langford and Taco Fall, honestly, but we don't really have that luxury at the moment. We really need some better rotational guys at this time. Okay, you know what? I'm going to do this trade. We're actually going to trade Cody Zeller, a first-round pick from the Grizzlies, and Semi to the Kings for Buddy Hield and Nemanja Bjelica. Reason being, oh god, come on, Boogie. Like, sometimes Cousins will take like a mid-level exception type contract from the Celtics. So that's what I was hoping for. Apparently not just yet. All right, we're going to trade Bjelica and Robert Williams to the Rockets for Rocco and Damari Carroll. Now, of course, now Cousins wants to take that type of contract, but we're at 15 players on the roster. So who can we get rid of real quick? Definitely Damari Carroll. I would be happy to do that. If I could just get a pick or a two-way guy even, that would be perfect. Obviously would prefer a pick, but doesn't seem like that's going to happen. So I guess I'll take this trade from the Blazers. We'll get a 2022 pick and Wenyen Gabriel, and we can try to flip Gabriel for just a second-round pick from the Timberwolves, and we'll do just that. There we go. Can we afford him? Oh my god. All right. All right, please tell me this is going to work after I get rid of Rodney Magruder and a second for Trevion Graham. God damn it. All right, you know what? I'm done. I'm done with that. So instead of that, we're going to send Rocco and Grant Williams to the Trailblazers for Yukif Nurkic and Mario Hezonja. So that is going to be it. I'm just done making trades. That is it for this season. So running a 9-man rotation. Patrick Beverley, you are not starting. Hop right on out of there. Devontae Graham is 100% going to start over you. So we're going to have Graham, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Kristaps Porzingis, and Clint Capella as the starting 5. Nurkic will come off the bench. I think Buddy Hield's going to be our main 6th man. Give some extra minutes to Luke Kennard, and we're going to take some away from Patrick Beverley. That is fine with me. So no scoring options or preferences, and let's check system proficiency. Brad Stevens' number 1 thing is defense, but we are not going to be doing that. Let's go to, you know what? I've been having some luck with 7 seconds lately, so we'll go to that. And let's stick Cam Reddish in the G League, Bruno Fernando down there. And can we send anybody else right now? Got to sign a 2-way guy. They actually only have, oh my God, okay. We only have 14 players on the roster, so who could I actually sign real quick just to have, I guess, like a power forward? But it doesn't really matter too much. We do get Nikola Mirotic, not Jokic. God, I wish we had Jokic. So let's get, okay, I guess I can't. Okay. Whatever then. We should. Oh, it's because we have Lewis King. I had no idea we had him. He was just so far down there. All right. So we're good to go. I'll see you guys at the end of year number 1. So at the end of year 1, we finished with a 62-20 record. Giannis wins MVP, Ja Rookie of the Year, D Schroed 6-man, Kawhi DPOY, Bam Most Improved, and Brad Stevens Coach of the Year. So let's just move on to stats. Actually, I want to take a look at those real quick. So Jason Tatum was our leading scorer, 22.5 points, 5.5 rebounds, 2.5 assists. Very, very efficient from the field. Kristaps was also very good. Devontae Graham. You know, I'm really surprised Devontae Graham doesn't win Most Improved more often. Because, like, look at the difference, honestly. Buddy Hield was, yeah, he was really good off the bench. Jaylen Brown could have probably done a little bit more, but I'm not mad at his production. Yusuf Nurkic off the bench as our backup big was quite good. Clint Capella was good as always. Luke Kennard also very efficient. Happy about that. And Patrick Beverley averaged 3 whole points a game. So that's cool. Let's move on to the playoffs. We are a 1 seed taking on the 8-seeded Cleveland Cavaliers. Very standard Cavaliers lineup right there. So let's go ahead and simulate the round, and we get the sweep. So moving on to the second round, we're going to play Philly. And very standard Sixers lineup, aside from the fact that they have Rudy Gay instead of Al Horford, which is a little interesting. And we win in 6. So we are taking on the Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals in year 1. Wesley Matthews is their starting shooting guard, which is a little out of the ordinary. Let's just simulate the round. They're up 3-2, of course. Let's hop into Simcast real quick. And it looks like, yeah, we're getting blown out a little bit here. So we're not going to be in the finals year 1. It's going to be Lakers and Bucks. And the Lakers do beat the Bucks in 5. Anthony Davis is your finals MVP. So at the draft, the only pick we have is 27 from the Bucks. We did trade the Memphis pick to the Kings. They're at 17, and our pick to the Hawks, which is at 29. So let's get some new staff in here. Let's get Randy Martin, of course, and might as well bring in, there he is, Cuba Gooding. Let's get a new assistant coach. Trent Peterson will do the trick, and assistant GM, Michael Williams. And Samuel Olsen is fine. I don't think Brad Stevens is going to go anywhere unless for some reason, you know, I decide otherwise. But let's go ahead and go to the draft. And our pick is so late, I may try to trade up. If I do, I'll come back with you guys. If not, I'll see you guys at rookie signings with who I take. Okay, so we are going to look to trade up. I think this trade should go through. Our pick at, 27? and Yusuf Nurkic for pick 10 and Patty Mills. And they counter that with Portland's pick in 2022 and Vlatko Kankar. So I'll do that. And reason for that is because a certain center is still on the board, James Wiseman, because I'm getting tired of using Clint Capella at this point. So we do get James Wiseman, which is perfect. Clint Capella will be relegated to the bench. So we're going to pick up the team options on those guys and give Tremont Waters the qualifying offer. So we have no cap room, as usual with these better teams. So I do want to make some trades, though. I want to get rid of Patty Mills, probably Patrick Beverley. Yeah, we'll see what we can find. Well, I already know this isn't going to go through, but it never hurts to try. Yeah, not going to happen. Okay, I'm just trying splashy trades for point guards now. We're going to try to get Russell Westbrook. I didn't think so. Let's throw in Carson Edwards. No, let's throw in a first-round pick. There we go. We got Russell Westbrook. So I have not had Russell Westbrook in a rebuild yet. So that should be fun. We just need a backup shooting guard now. And we're pretty much going to be ready to go for next season. So I was able to somehow bring back Mirotic and RC Diacono on a couple of deals here. So we're going to trade those two and Patrick Beverley to the Mavericks for Seth Curry and Tim Hardaway Jr. Seth Curry is going to be our backup. Tim Hardaway is going to get flipped. But yeah, there's nobody else. Actually, there is. I could trade Bruno Fernando and Tim Hardaway possibly. Could look for a package there, but not a whole lot of great options. Okay, so we're just going to trade Hardaway to the Suns for 2 future firsts, and that should be fine. So I think the rotation for next year is already set. We got Westbrook, Graham, so that's 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, the rotation's set. Let me just fill out the roster, and I'll see you guys at player progression. All right, so at player progression, we got Jason Tatum and Kristaps Porzingis both at 91, Westbrook 89, Jaylen Brown 87, as well as Clint Capella, and then it drops off quite a bit. But let's go ahead and move on to training camps, and we will get the 2021 draft class up in here. There we go. So training camps, we're going to have 3 because Randy Martin did not regress, thankfully. So let's send Cam Reddish. Goes to an A. We'll send Wiseman's already an A+. We will send Jaylen Brown, and we'll send Bruno Fernando, I guess. So let's go ahead and advance to next season, and let's take a look. I did actually trade Brad Wanamaker just for this Roy Caupain dude and a pick, so that's fine there. Let's take a look at the rotation. Oh, right, Jason Tatum's number 0. So, sorry, Russ. Anyway, rotation of Westbrook, Brown, Tatum, Porzingis, and Wiseman, not Capella. He's okay. That's cool. Not even in the rotation at the moment. So, let's take Seth Curry's minutes down a little bit and bump up Capella's. So our bench is going to look like gonna look a little bit like this. I want Reddish to get a little bit more minutes. So he's number 43. That's strange. Anyway, bench: Capella, Reddish, Devontae Graham, and Seth Curry. Still not going to have any scoring preferences. System proficiency is now at 4 stars. And I will be sending a couple of guys to the G League. Tremont Waters and Bruno Fernando are the 2. And that's it. We'll keep Caupain in the G League. So let's go ahead and sim through year 2. I'll see you guys at the end of the season. At the end of season 2, we finished with a record of 64 and 18, which is 2 wins better than last year. Giannis is MVP once again. James Wiseman does win Rookie of the Year, which is nice. 5 assists, too. Damn. All right. D. Schroed, 6-man. Kawhi, DPOY. Markelle Fultz, Most Improved. And Mike Budenholzer, Coach of the Year. So we are not a 1 seed this year. That's the Bucks. We are a 2 seed. Let's take a look at stats. Kristaps was apparently a leading scorer with 23 points, 9 boards. Very efficient. Jason Tatum was also very good. Russell Westbrook in his first year here. Not quite averaging a triple-double anymore, but still pretty good. Just doesn't shoot well from three, but he never has in his career. So what else would you really expect at this point? Wiseman, Rookie of the Year. I mean, really good. 5 assists as a center. That is pretty crazy. Jaylen Brown was pretty good. Once again, kind of lacking like volume stats, but I mean, he was still good. Devontae Graham coming off the bench this year, very efficient, really efficient. Like, geez. All right, cool. Cam Reddish in his first actual year in the league, his rookie season, pretty solid. 38 from threes, not bad. Capella coming off the bench this year was pretty good, and Seth Curry getting those last few minutes off the bench, 50, 40, 90 for what it's worth. But let's go ahead and get into the playoffs. So once again, taking on Cleveland in round 1. Same team as last year. Should be good here. They do win a game from us this time, but we are moving on in 5. Taking on the Nets in round 2. They added Alec Burks and Thomas Bryant. Aside from that, they still got Kyrie, KD, and DeAndre Jordan. So let's see how this one goes. You never know with Kyrie and KD. It's tied 2-2. We're up 3-2. And we win in 6. So once again, taking on the Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals. They finally have Dante DiVincenzo starting at shooting guard this year. And they added Dwight Howard, which, interesting. Can we win this time? We do. We win in 5. Great. So we're playing the Mavericks in the finals. Of course we are. Oh, right. We gave them Kemba. But they don't have Porzingis anymore, so that's fine, I think. I think that's a worse team with Kemba without Porzingis. So we'll take it game by game. We win game 1, we win game 2, and we lose game 3. Let's go up 3-1. There we go. Hop in a Simcast real quick and see if we can close it out in 5. And it's looking like we're getting blown right the hell out. So that's not going to happen. Let's try to win in 6. Don't blow a 3-1 lead, please. All right, we're up by 10, and there we go. So in year 2, we win the championship. Russell Westbrook finally gets a ring, and he is your finals MVP. So we don't have any picks at all in the first round in this draft. We did trade our pick to the Rockets for Russ. So once again, probably we'll look to trade up. But staff signing, we really just need a new CFO, and that's it. So let's go on to the draft. Same as last season, I guess. If I trade up, I'll let you guys know. If not, I will see you guys at rookie signings. All right, so, I figured why the hell not try to trade up. So we're just going to send literally all of our minimum guys that don't even play. We're going to try to get pick 5 from the Hornets, and they do agree to that. So Cade Cunningham goes 1 to the Suns, Jalen Green 2 to the Blazers, Isaiah Todd 3 to the Kings, Mac McClung once again to the Thunder. He went to the Thunder in my Bill Russell challenge, and I was very surprised at that. So here we are at 5, and I don't even know who to take, honestly, because we really do not need a big man. That's kind of the problem. Like BJ Boston, maybe? Between BJ Boston or Josh Christopher, who do I like better? Probably BJ Boston, honestly. So let's actually look at just shooting guards. Yeah, let's take BJ Boston, and that's gonna do it for this draft. So he is a 77, and let's take a look at his potential. It's an A. So probably won't get really featured in this rebuild, but maybe in a future one I could try to expand my horizons a little bit with draft prospects. But we are going to pick up the option on Cam Reddish. Kawhi is a free agent, but I'm not really interested in Kawhi. We are going to extend qualifying offers to all 4 of these guys and move on to moratorium. So we don't have any unrestricted free agents, I believe, which is fine by me. But I think I might try to pull off a splash of a trade. Well, I told you guys I was going to try to pull off a splash. We're going to see if we can bring Kyrie back to Boston. I just think it would be funny at this point. So we're going to try to trade Russ, Bruno Fernando, BJ Boston, Seth Curry, and 2 future firsts for Kyrie and Karis LeVert. And untouchables, Gotta love that. So maybe a splash of a trade's not gonna happen. All right, one last attempt at a splash of a trade. I really want to get Ja Morant on a team at some point, so what? No way. We just got Ja Morant on the Celtics. What the? I can't. Are you serious? Okay. That is crazy. All right. Well, we're going to look to move Russ now, I guess. We could definitely use a new small forward. Damn. All right, so I don't think I'm actually going to trade Russ, but we are going to send these three guys that I signed to, minimum deals basically to the Jazz for Joe Harris and Rajon Tucker. So that'll take care of the backup small forward position. Once we get Devontae Graham back, between him and Russ, we will be fine at the guard spots. So let's just wait for these guys to come back on the qualifying offers. Because I just don't feel like paying them, and they do all accept. So player progression, we have 490s now. I cannot believe I actually traded for Ja Morant. I never, ever have managed to do that before. Like, oh, I am seriously in shock. Anyway, let's go on to training camps. Like, I can't even think straight. So, let's get that last draft class in here. Not that it's going to matter. This is going to be the final year, I believe. Unless I decide we want to go for a three-peat, which is always possible. So, we will give Clint Capella an untapped potential. We'll give it to Devontae Graham, and we can give it to, I guess we'll give it to Tremont Waters. And we need to trade somebody. Well, I changed my mind. We're going to pick up Denny Avdija from the Knicks for Troy Caupain, Tremont Waters, and Joe Harris. That's definitely an upgrade over Joe Harris. So I'm happy with that. And I think with that, we don't have to trade anybody else. We can move on to season number 3. So this rotation is going to be interesting. Ja Morant's not going to start. Give me a second to figure this out. Okay, so this is going to be the rotation for year 3. We got Ja Morant starting, Russell Westbrook starting at shooting guard, Jason Tatum, Kristaps, and James Wiseman rounding out the starting 5. Then off the bench, we got Jaylen Brown as our 6th man, Clint Capella, Devontae Graham, and Denny Avdija as the 9th man. So that's going to do it for this season, basically. Well, okay, you know what I'm trying to say? I'll see you guys at the end of season 3. We do still only have 4.5-star system proficiency, unfortunately, but I'm not super concerned with that at the moment. So at the end of year 3, we finish with a record of 67-15. Kyrie actually wins MVP, which I don't think I've ever seen before. Jalen Green, Rookie of the Year. Marvin Bagley, 6th man. Anthony Davis, DPOY. Nico Mannion, Most Improved. And Brad Stevens, once again, Coach, once again. I don't remember, honestly. I thought he won it year 1, but it might have been like Rick Carlisle or something. I can't remember. Doesn't matter. But he wins it this year. So, let's see. We are a 1 seed again, like we were in year 1. We were not last year. Let's take a look at stats real quick. Jason Tatum was our leading scorer, 20.5 points. Was 50, 40, 90 this year. Very nice. Ja was fantastic. I mean, yeah, he was great. Kristaps was very good, very efficient, shot 45 from 3. Russ only shot 26 from 3, but that's kind of what he does. He was still very good, though. Surprisingly happy with that trade. James Wiseman was also very good, average 5 assists yet again. Jaylen Brown as our 6th man, very efficient. Much like last year, and actually, well, I mean, he still played 30 minutes a night, so did put up similar stats to what he has for the last 2 years. Clint Capella was good in a more limited role. Devontae Graham was good also in a more limited role. And Denny was, I mean, yeah, he was good for a 9th man. So Taking on the Magic in round 1, Fred VanVleet is now their starting point guard. They got Isaac Okoro, Jonathan Isaac, Aaron Gordon, and Nikola Vucevic. I think this should be an easy sweep, and we're going to year 4. I cannot end this on losing in the first round as a 1 seed. I just can't. And you know how you know this playoffs is just cursed? The Trailblazers win the championship. I mean, good for Lillard, but really, come on, 2K. Seriously, come on. All right, so we had the 29th pick in the draft, and I traded out of it because there's literally nothing I want to do to this team right now. So we, of course, are going to pick up the options on Ja Morant and James Wiseman. Onto qualifying offers. All these guys can get it, I suppose. Daniel Hamilton, I'm just going to trade if I actually bring him back. But, I mean, our rotation, I don't foresee changing whatsoever. Although, you know what? I could give Devontae Graham a whole bunch of money and look to move him. I mean, at this point, might as well because we're not going to go to a year 5 no matter what happens. So, we'll give Devontae Graham a big contract. And, of course, he's going to accept that. So, let's just go ahead and get him on the team. And then I'll probably look for, like, one big final trade just to see what could possibly happen. Welp. I realized after a second that I had to wait till after moratorium to give Devontae Graham that big contract. So, he came back on the qualifying offer. So instead, well, we're just going to trade Taurean Prince and Lance Stevenson to the Clippers for Shetty Osman and a first. So, player progression, Jason Tatum up to a 95, Ja 94, Kristaps 92, Russ 91, Jaylen Brown 90. So, Clint Capella also 90. We have 6 90s on the squad right now. Literally nothing about the rotation is going to change for the 4th and final year. So let's go to training camps, and I suppose we can just do untapped potential as we normally do. And I guess Devontae Graham can get it. I'm a little pissed off at you, Devontae Graham, but I guess it's not really your fault. It's just 2K's fault. So let's give it a Boban. Get him up to A- potential. And really, we have an extra player? Oh, we do. Okay. So, do need to make one trade. We could just get rid of Rajon Tucker. If I could just get a pick for him, that would be ideal. Okay, we'll take Pete Teodosic, I believe is how you pronounce it, just because he's on a 2-way. And we're good. So, I mean, at this point, we're going to be good. Can I send... Okay, Daniel Hamilton, you can go to the G League, I guess. And so can... Nope, he can't. All right. So this is going to be the rotation for the 4th and final year. It's going to be the same as last year, basically. Ja, Russ, Jason Tatum, Porzingis, and James Wiseman are going to start. And then Jaylen Brown, Capella, Devontae Graham, and Denny Avdija off the bench. So, once again, no scoring preferences or anything. We are still at 4.5 star, 7 seconds or less. Also at 4.5 star balanced, but no 5 stars, it seems, unless we can get it by the end of the season. But I will see you guys at the end of Season 4. So at the end of the 4th and final season, we finished with a 64-18 record. Giannis back to winning MVPs. Monty Bates, Rookie of the Year. Cassius Stanley, 6-man. Giannis also DPOY. LaMelo, Most Improved. And Brad Stevens, once again, Coach of the Year. So we are a 1 seed again. Let's take a quick look at stats. Kristaps led us in scoring. Very, very good from him. Kind of surprised Kristaps led us in scoring, but I mean... it worked, I guess. So Jason Tatum, very good season once again, 50, 40, 90. As well, Ja Morant, very good. Better than last year for sure. So I'm quite happy with that. James Wiseman, still just putting up really good numbers. Russell Westbrook, starting to kind of dip off a little bit. but he also has a really good team around him. Jaylen Brown still, putting up similar stats every year. Devontae Graham, pretty good off the bench. Clint Capella, per 36, 15 rebounds. Jesus. And then Denny was 50, 40, 90 in his 13 minutes or whatever a night that he got. So I swear to God, if we lose in round 1 again to an 8 seed, I'm going to throw my controller. Anyway, we're taking on the Bulls in round 1. Kobe White, they got Bronny, Josh Christopher, Lauri Markkanen, and Yusuf Nurkic. So, come on. That's what should have happened last year, but that's 2K for you. So, taking on the Heat in round 2, they got Lonzo, Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, Blake Griffin, and Bam. That's a really interesting team. And we win in 5. And in the Eastern Conference Finals, taking on these Sixers, they got Shamori Pons starting, Matisse Thybulle, Ben Simmons, Chris Silva, and Joel Embiid. I think we should win this. Mother of God. Come on. Don't choke it. Don't choke it. Come on. All right. We're good. So we're going to game 7. We're at home. Come on, just go to the finals, please. Oh, it got close. We're up by 7. We're up by 6. We're up by 6, and we win. So we're taking on the Blazers, who won it last year. Damian Lillard, Jalen Green. God, I forgot they had Jalen Green and Obi Toppin. And somehow they have Andre Drummond now. Oh my God. All right, we're gonna take it game by game. So we win game 1. We win game 2. Can we go up 3-0? Nope, we cannot. Can we go up 3-1? We do. So let's hop in a simcast and see if we can close it out in 5. It's a pretty close game here. 119, 2 minutes to go. We take the lead. Minute 20, tied at 121. We're going to hop in. All right, so we got the ball here. I do want to get the starters in the game, but Devontae Graham's just going to drive and actually make that. Okay. Kind of figured he was going to get blocked there, to be honest. But finally get to play with Ja Morant. I have yet to play with Ja Morant at all in 2K. So, Damian Lillard, why am I jumping? Good defense, though, by Morant. And good foul by Porzingis. So, still up 2 here. I don't even know who we sent to the line. It was Obi Toppin. So, he makes the first, misses the second. Let's give that to Jason Tatum. He's going to get that fast break dunk. Put us up by 3. And it looks like Jason Tatum has had himself a game. 31 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. Ja Morant has a double-double with 20 points and 10 assists. So, we're up by 3, 45 seconds to go here. Damian Lillard's just going to drive. Oh, looked like he was going to step back and shoot, but he misses. There we go. Let's give it a Ja. Send it up to Russ. There we go. We're up by 5. 34 seconds to go. All right, so after I just kind of spaced out there for a second, didn't say a word, whoever the hell that was, just going to pull up and hit a deep 3. So 16 seconds to go, we're up by 4. Ja's just going to run for it, but he's going to get fouled. So going to put Ja on the line, and oh God, I was not ready for that free throw animation, but somehow he actually made that. All right, that was a little better. 2 of 2 from the line, put us back up by 6. So 13 seconds to go here. See if, yep, they're just going to pull a deep 3. Terrible shot. They're really going to play the foul game? Okay. You know what? I'll just see you guys when the game's over because we've got this one in the bag. All right. And we end the game on a block from James Wiseman. So we do it. Honestly, I think we would have had a really good chance at three-peating, but, 2K had a 2K in year 3, so that sucks, but we do win 2 championships in 4 years, so, can't really complain about that, I guess. So, Ja Morant gets Finals MVP. Interesting. All right, that's cool. Jason Tatum popping some bottles, man. I don't know if you guys saw, but I can't remember who it was, SportsCenter or ESPN, put a post on Instagram of, players' quarantine cuts or whatever, and Jason Tatum's beard, man, that shit was looking rough. Let me tell you, oh my God. Anyway, Ja Morant, in those 5 games, 21 points, 3 boards, 9.5 assists, shot 60 from the field. there you go. So I hope you guys did enjoy this rebuild. If you did, I would really appreciate a like on the video. And as always, if you guys have any teams or challenges you'd like to see me do, feel free, man, just leave a comment and I will 100% see it. I will reply to it and I will probably do what you request. So yeah, that's going to do it for me, and I'll see you guys in the next one.